Hello to everyone watching the live. I'm just getting us nice and streamed. Let's see here. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mingle. Hi, you guys. Welcome. You guys are always so on time. Much love. I just love that about you guys. Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You beautiful early women. I just love it. Well, welcome to Mingle. We're going to give everybody just a second to hop on here. So excited you guys are here. So grateful. It's going to be such an amazing meeting tonight. And tonight's Monday Mingle is really going to be all about getting clear on your February victory. And my desire is just for you guys to leave after this half hour or so with vision, clarity, passion, and a bold purpose that really allows you to lead within your inner strength. And so I'm so grateful that you're here. So great to see all of your beautiful faces. And so we're just going to dive right on in, you guys. So would anyone like to just open us up in prayer tonight? Would anyone like to do that for us?
I can do it, Megan.
Oh, that would be fantastic, Shannon. Thank you.
Dear Lord, thank you for each and every one of these women. And we know that you have a special purpose and plan for their lives, and you can do more than they could ever think and imagine. Be with Megan as she teaches and trains us. And thank you for her Christian, godly character and just her caring heart. We pray that you'll be with us tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
Man, thank you for that, Shannon. Oh my goodness. Well, isn't it so beautiful that we can come together in an environment and pray? I just don't take that for granted. Do you? I don't take that for granted at all. What a gift it is that we can come together as women and uplift one another. It's just so encouraging. I'm so grateful for this space. And as I shared last week, I want to assure you guys that no one has it better than us in Mary Kay. Who has it better than us, you guys? No one has it better than us. And we are still right now number one in Dawn's entire national area year to date in both recruiting and selling. And you guys are currently number one in our entire diamond division in sales month to date. We've already sold over $45,000 as a team. Huge, you guys, huge. You guys are absolutely crushing it. And so I just want you to know, going into your facials and going into your parties, or if you're brand new, I know that you just joined this and it's like joining a new like church almost. It's like you're like feeling it out. I want you to know that like you really just joined something amazing here that we have. And every woman who is here tonight, you represent just something so huge. And I'm just so excited about the way that God is using our team to make a difference in this world. And so I'm just so proud of every single one of you. And if after tonight, or, just even in this week, if you ever have a moment where you're like, I need to talk to somebody, I need an accountability partner, like I need to connect with someone on our team, just screenshot or take pictures of who's on the mingle tonight. And I just really believe that when you can have accountability with what you're doing, it just makes such a difference, doesn't it? And so I just want to assure you that you are a winner and you're surrounded by winners. And so we are here to uplift one another, aren't we? Just to be a team of women that we just rise together. And I believe that when the ship rises, when the tide rises, all the ships rise, right? And so that's what we do for one another is we rise the tide, raise the tide for each other and for our ships. And so what we're going to do is we are going to celebrate those of you guys that had a winning week. And you may remember me sharing small wins build your leadership muscle and they make you feel good, don't they? We love small wins, we love big wins. And indecision is exhausting and decision is elevating. And so, level 10 confidence, which many of you have, is saying, I'm going to be great at everything that I do. I've decided I'm going to be great. And so, we're going to just celebrate those of you who had a great week and those of you who just are building your business. And if you're coming into tonight with a heavy heart, or maybe you're coming into tonight without a winning week, or maybe you're discouraged, I always say either you need the meeting or the meeting needs you. And so if you're that person tonight and you're like, oh my gosh, I made it on the Zoom. It was a Monday. Anybody, it was a Monday. And you're like, I am here because I need the meeting. I just want you to know that you are here for a reason. And I'm so grateful that you are. And so my prayer is just that you're able to leave tonight with exactly what it is that you needed. And I've really thoroughly prepared tonight. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So let's go ahead and recognize you guys. I know many of you had a killer week. Oh my goodness. So we are going to start it out with sales because nothing happens until somebody sells something, right? And so I just want to start by just celebrating those of you guys that sold $100. You open up your store, you sold at least $100. Go ahead and just wave. Yes, Amelia and Shannon. Yes, and Nikki and Cami, I see you guys. Okay, if you sold $200 this week, just keep on waving. If you sold 200, I see Cami, Amelia, Nikki, Shannon still waving. We love that. All right, $300, keep on waving. $400, keep waving. Yes, doesn't that feel good? You guys are still waving. Doesn't that feel so good? You added at least $200 to your family's pocket this week. So amazing. All right, 500, moving up to a $500 week. This is a big Mac Daddy week. Cami, congratulations. She had a $400 party all by herself yesterday, like a beast. We love that. Okay, Amelia's still waving. Nikki's still waving. $600, keep waving. Yes, how amazing. $700, keep on waving. Go, Nikki. Yes. And you guys, Nikki did that all by herself. She was up in there all by herself selling the skincare. So, Nikki, we're so proud of you. But Amelia's still waving, so we're going to keep going. So, $800, keep on going. $900, $1,000. Oh my gosh, Amelia. Well, we would love to hear from you, your top tip, and then we would love for you to give a shout out to Nikki. And then, Nikki, you're our runner up, and we do want to hear your top tip because that was a really, really, really big deal. And to Cami and Shannon, congratulations on your huge weeks. I know you guys hustled for those. And so we're so proud of you. So, all right, Amelia, take it away, girl.
Hi everyone. Oh my goodness. Well, I am so excited. My total this week was about at 900, I think. So not quite 1,000 this week. But still very exciting. And I just want to encourage you guys, like this week, I had $0 facials. Like I did, like today, I had like two or three of them and it happens. And I think what you do, you just keep going. And my tip would be trust the process. Like don't let the setbacks be a sign that you're not supposed to do this, right? But obviously keep going, keep doing the process. It just stick to it. Stick to it. Keep going, sister. So that's my tip. And for Nikki, I just want to preface this, you guys. Nikki is like new to the Mary Kay world. She's been in this for like a month or so, I want to say, about a month. And this week she did a few sessions all by herself, closing the sale all by herself. And, she practiced with Megan. She said, Megan, like the one thing maybe I could get just a little more comfortable at closing the sale. And she practiced with her. And then this week she went and she sold over $600. That's what you do. You practice and then you execute. And Nikki, I'm just couldn't be more proud of you. So please share your top tip with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like she said, I asked Megan if we could do like a little practice session because I felt like, I knew the scripts pretty well, but I felt like my flow was maybe a bit off, especially, transitioning from, showing the products to, all right, well, this is the fun part, and this is the part where you get to shop. And, but yeah, I had booked, 4 pamper sessions this past week, one this past Sunday, and supposed to be 3 today, but I had one cancellation same day because the girl felt sick, which is fine. But it also just shows that even though I had one cancellation, I still had a really good sales week. And part of, I think, what I did, I felt this was clever, but my first session that I had this past Sunday, it was with my aunt, um, my cousin, and his wife, and so it was 3 people total. And but knowing that there was going to be a man there, I opted to not only bring the products that were part of the different bundles, like the platinum, diamond, and etc., as well as some spa bar products. I also brought in the men's line, just thinking to myself, oh, maybe he'll look at it, and maybe she'll look at it, maybe she'll buy something. And sure enough, they bought the shave foam, and which wasn't part of the bundle at all, and bought it at full price, which was like $18. And yeah, and so I did something similar like that for today. I knew that all the women that I was meeting today, I knew all of them were married. And so I just had them, cleverly displayed out to show them, hey, something for your husband, maybe. And they didn't end up buying anything. But again, it's just like, I guess my tip would be just like pre-profile your customers. And like for example, are they married, or do they prefer the more natural products, or are they wanting something for more on the fine lines? Are they wanting something for their acne? So just pre-profile, I would say, is my biggest one. And and if you don't know, I'm an esthetician by trade, and so pre-profiling is part of my job as well. So, but it definitely takes a lot of practice. So I definitely would say practice as well. But yeah, and it's been a great week.
Well, Nikki, we are so proud of you and just so exciting. And I just love, Nikki, you're such a beautiful example that with willingness, you can do anything. Like, we finished her launch party and Nikki made a list. And if you're new and you're like, I want to do that, this is what Nikki did. She made a list of a bunch of people. And then me and Amelia hopped on Zoom with her, showed her some ways to book some people. And I think that if we learn something without implementing it, I always say that education without implementation is just entertainment. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not here tonight to be entertained. I'm here to learn. Anyone else? You're not here to be entertained. You could have done that at work. And so I want you to like take something away tonight where you're like, that was a powerful business strategy. Let me implement it. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your family's time. Don't waste your own time. Take something away tonight and implement it to help your family make income with this. And what I love that Nikki did was she really did take to heart all the booking, and she was like, let's go. And within about 3 days, she had 10 bookings. And so, Nikki, I'm very proud of you. I mean, you're a beautiful example of just implementing what you learn. And so, I respect that because that's character. That's character. So we're so excited for you, Nikki. So what we're going to celebrate next, you guys, is team building. And so many of you have been team building, and I want to give a huge, huge shout out to Amelia Fox, who already has in her bronze medal this month by the 19th. She already has 3 new in, and to Jill Johnson, who already has 1 new, and to Sally, who already has 1 new as well. And everybody can move up the career path, and we're going to talk a teeny bit about that tonight. But I really want to recognize those of you who shared about the business this week. So if you shared with absolutely anyone at all, go ahead and just give us a wave. If you shared about the business this week, I see you, Nikki and Cami and Kristen, yes, and Shannon and Allie and Amelia. Okay, so if you share with 2 people, keep on waving. You did a 4-point recruiting plan with at least 2 people. Yes, Kathy. I love it. All right, 3 people, keep on waving. You shared about the Mary Kay business. Doesn't that feel so great to be winning? All right, 4 people, keep waving. 5 people, yes, love it. Congrats, Allie. Congrats, Kathy. Congrats, Shannon. All right, 6 people, keep on waving. 7 people. Congratulations, Cami and Nikki. All right, 8 people. Amelia did a lot of sharing this week. 9 people. Amelia, what was your total this week?
I think this week I was at 18.
Holy tamale. Oh my gosh, we'd love to hear your top tip. And then after you share your tip, if you would like to introduce your newest team member, Lisa, we would love
Yes.
to introduce you. So next.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, my top tip for you for sharing about the business would just be I mean, I think all sharing it comes from your bookings, which come from your booking time, which you guys literally, I don't know, like the holy grail of your Mary Kay business is obviously like bookings and seeing faces, and everything else is literally gonna come from that. Like, I only shared with 18 faces because I had 18 faces booked. That's why, you know? So if you want to build your team, it all starts by filling out like that little bubble sheet that Megan and I have told you guys about. And I am in DIQ, of course, so I'm trying to do a bubble sheet every day. And even if I don't get that whole darn thing filled out every day, when I make it my mission, you get pretty darn close, if not hit it every day. So make a goal for yourself of booking every day. And then when you do it time after time again, you're gonna have your schedule filled up just like you want it, you know? And then when you do get cancellations or that third of a third of a third, you're still gonna have a bunch of people versus booking one person and then when they cancel, you have no one. So just be smart, prepare ahead of time, know the third of a third rule, and get in front of some faces. You got this, girlfriend. That's my tip. And now I want to introduce my newest team member this week, Lisa, who I cannot be more excited for you, Lisa. Guys, Lisa is she's actually my dental hygienist. Go her. She's amazing. But she is literally, Lisa, you're like just a ray of sunshine. Like everyone you talk to, it just I
You're
feel
so
like
sweet.
I'm serious, it's true. Like I feel like every time you talk or like talk to someone, like you just like leave them smiling because you're like so
Oh,
sweet.
thank
And
you.
of course, it was so special. Lisa came over just on Saturday for her makeover, and she walked in and she said, "Yeah, Amelia, I want to join on board," before we even started our session. And I was like, "Lisa, you're like from God." No, but she she is just so excited to start this going into maybe the retirement years of her life, and she wants something exciting and fun and just new. And so, Lisa, I'd love for you to share just what you're most excited about with your Mary Kay journey. And yeah, just anything you want.
I mean, everything. It's a little overwhelming right now because there's so much information out there. But just the enthusiasm of this group of Amelia talking with Megan. I mean, everybody is so upbeat and enthusiastic and just loving what they do that it's just contagious. Like I can't wait to be there. Like I haven't gotten my starter kit yet. It's supposed to come tomorrow. So I feel like once I get that kit, I'm going to be hitting the ground running. So I'm
Oh,
excited for that.
oh, you are for sure. She's ready to run. She said, "When can I get started? How can I start?" She's
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. We're so excited to see you grow and just see all you're gonna do, Lisa. It's gonna be so amazing. So thank you so much for being here tonight and welcome to the sisterhood. Welcome to the
Thank you.
club.
Lisa, I'm so excited for you. And like I told you yesterday, I think you're just gonna find so many women that you just relate to here. And we're just so excited to have you. And y'all, how cool they met. Amelia was getting her teeth cleaned. Who cleans your teeth, right? And so it's just so amazing. You just never know whose life you can impact like that. And so what we're going to recognize next, you guys, are bookings. And if you're new, I want you to know that your launch party does count as a booking. If you're like, I'm new, I've got my launch party booked, does that count? It totally counts. So we're going to recognize your bookings next. And so when you have bookings, you're in business. And I just want to affirm all of you, in our 7 years as a team, this is the most bookings as a team we've ever had. I think easily going into February as a team, we had 100 bookings collaboratively, and I'm not sure that we've ever done quite that many before. So I just want to affirm each of you that are booking appointments that you are really great at and that is such a skill to have because bookings come from everything. And so I just want to applaud you all because I know that it takes intentionality to sit down and book. Anyone, you're like, yep, that's a true statement. It took time for me to sit down, do my bubble sheet, book. Like Allie today, we were boxing. She had some time and Allie went to Starbucks and she sat down and she booked when Allie could have been like organizing her hair stuff. She was like, I'm booking for my business. So I just want to affirm and speak life into each of you that I see you and I see your effort and that it does not go unnoticed and that I'm so proud of you and I can't tell you the joy it brings me to see you all being booked up because everything comes from that. So congratulations on being a smart woman and keeping your date book filled up. So we're going to celebrate those of you who chose to do that this week because that I respect that more than I could ever tell you guys. So if you've got any bookings at all, you are in business. So somebody go ahead and just give us a wave. If you're like, I got bookings. I see Shannon's hand, and yes, Allie's hand, Nikki's hand, Kathy's hand, Amelia's hand. Yes. Okay. If you've got 2 bookings, keep on waving. Yay, 2 bookings. 3 bookings, keep on waving. Yes, this is so great. Allie and Shannon and Amelia, and I saw Nikki's hand. All right, 5 bookings, keep on waving. You've got 5 appointments. Yay, Shannon, yay, Amelia. All right, 6 bookings, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, congratulations, Shannon. 7 on the books. That is fantastic. And 9 bookings, 10 bookings, 11. Okay, Amelia,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep counting because this is so fun. Can y'all just get excited about this? 12 bookings, 13, 14, 15, 16, she's still waving, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I'm gonna pause. If you're on the champion unit, just go ahead and put 2 hands in the air if you're a part of Amelia Fox's unit. Okay, if you're a part of her team, I want you to okay. Could you get so excited about having a sales director like this who can book like that? I want you to know that if you ever need anything, you just call this girl right here because you guys are debuting in 10 days and she is hustling to support you guys to lead from the freaking front. Amelia, we want to hear how many you have. We're so proud of you. Can we all collaboratively say Amelia's ready to be a sales director? Can anybody just put a hand? If you agree, put your hand up. And Amelia, I want you to look at every woman that's affirming you right now that you are ready. You are ready to be a sales director. You are ready to rise up. You are ready to step into your pink Cadillac. We see you there. We all see you there, don't we? Look at all these hands. We love you and we so see. And I have so much respect. Over 20 bookings. We want to know how many bookings you have. And everybody, if you don't have your pen out, you crazy. So grab your pens. I'm just being funny. But seriously, grab your pens. Okay, so Amelia, we want to hear your top tip because we know it's going to be so amazing.
Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna make me cry. I'm so excited. Right now, I think I have like 36 bookings, something like that. But yeah, guys, it's crazy. I don't know. I didn't even know that till Megan was like, okay, everyone, bookings. I was like counting. I was like, how many do I have? I don't know. But yeah, oh, guys, I think my top tip, if you want something, the how won't be the problem. You're just gonna figure it out and it's gonna happen. If you want something that bad, it will happen. And when God's behind it and like you feel like Jesus has like put in your heart a dream for a purpose, like he put that dream on your heart for a reason. It wasn't just like a silly little thought that came across one day. It's for a reason. And I wholeheartedly believe that this has changed who I am in my life in the best way possible. It takes your strengths and then it amplifies them and it teaches you how to use what you're good at and grow. And so I just want nothing more than to find like more Nikki's and more Lisa's and Kathy's and everyone else on the champion unit because I know that they're here. They're where you are and you're where you are for a reason. Where you are in the world. Like I'm in Connecticut. We're in Connecticut for a reason, right? So just get clear with your vision and what did God like lay on your heart with Mary Kay? What is your dream that you want to achieve for your family, and just be so clear on that this week and going into the last week in February. And then just focus and say, until I get my one thing done, all else is a distraction, and it's going to be a distraction. And that sounds harsh, but it's true. If you want your one thing, then everything else, it's a distraction from that. And it sounds harsh, but like I am like overjoyed by saying that and doing that, because it is so fulfilling. So I know I am talking for a long time, but I can't necessarily say one top tip from my 36 bookings. It's more of just like it's a lifestyle. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Oh my goodness. Would anyone like to many of you have been here for years. Would anyone like to unmute and just affirm Amelia? Because you guys have seen how far she's come, and this week is a huge week for her team, you guys. They have 10 days and they are finishing their unit. And so would anyone like to just unmute and affirm her? We don't normally do this, but I feel led
I
that we
would
need
like
do
to.
this. Yes.
I would. Amelia, I just want to say that you are such a leader, and I can see you, girl, at Career Conference with being a director. Like, it is your dream, and you are making it happen. I just want to say congratulations. You're an inspiration to me, and I'm just so looking forward to meeting you in real life at the Career Conference. And good job, girl. You're killing it. Yeah, I just want to say that.
I love that,
Thank
Allie.
you.
Could not agree more. Anyone else just want to affirm Amelia as she and her unit are wrapping this up these next 10 days?
Hey, I'll share real quick. I've been around for a while, and I've probably been in this team and watched Amelia from the get-go, and she's a mover and a shaker, and she's going to get this done. I remember when she first started, she shot to the top so quick. She's just going to be amazing at this, and it's just been a pleasure to get to watch it.
I couldn't agree more, Linda. Absolutely. Anyone else will do one more. Anyone else want to affirm Amelia?
I haven't been here for years. I've only been here for months, but I just want to affirm Amelia real quick. But right from the get-go, she and I connected. Just especially for our our love of art, and just our shared introverted nature. But I can tell that she is someone that I can look up to, and someone I can strive to like be like, especially as young as she is, but as bold as she is as well. So I just want to affirm her in that. You're super bold, super sweet. You are gonna go far, and so
Yes. Oh my goodness. And you guys, doesn't that just give you so much hope? And it's just so exciting to run. And what can you do for your team? And you guys, people are watching you, everyone on the screen, people are watching you. And so what can you do for your team? And we're going to talk about that tonight, of your influence and your impact and how you're making a difference. And so I'm so excited because Shannon is going to lead us in our announcements around the career conference and what we have coming up as far as events go. So Shannon, take it away. And you are muted, so you'll want to unmute.
Okay, there we go. Okay, let's talk about events and prizes. Earn your spot on the seminar stage by achieving new sales director, new car driver, court of sales, and court of sharing achievement. Now is the time to build your up to red. With 3 active team members, you'll be well on your way into moving up and having fun. Our next event where you progress towards your goals is Career Conference, happening in Charlotte, North Carolina on March the 22nd through the 23rd. You will be celebrated for your SOAR achievement, STAR consultant achievement, and career path movement. This event is our favorite of the year as you are celebrated in a high energy environment. You will be inspired, trained, and recognized as you continue to make this the best year ever. Congratulations to our Star Beauty consultants from last quarter. When you achieve 1,800 wholesales this quarter, there are so many exciting prizes and recognition in store for you. From Starbucks gift cards to a new Kate Spade purse, Mary Kay is ready to spoil you. Imagine the possibilities of what your family would do with your extra 1,800 profit this quarter. The quarter ends on March the 15th. Here are all the exciting perks. Stars get to pick out a prize each quarter. When you're a star each quarter for the year, you get extra prizes and you get to attend a prize party, a seminar.
I love it. Thank you so much, Shannon. And so, you guys, I want to just give a fast shout out to everyone who is already registered for Career Conference. So some of us are going up to Jersey, some of us are going to Charlotte, some of us are going to California. So congratulations to all of these women who are already registered. And so we're going to have, I would imagine, about 7 more women register as a team, which I'm really excited to see who those last 7 are who decide to go. So it's going to be amazing. And congratulations to everybody who has already ordered and everybody who's already a star. So I want to congratulate Amelia, Paula, Nikki, Cami, Chloe, Sally, and Christina for already being a star beauty consultant. And many of you are on target. Kathy O'Connor, you can see your name here. And Lori Ramsey is on target. So many of you are on target with at least 650 wholesale in. And so when you're a star, when you achieve 1,800 by March 15th, you're going to get to choose your bougie little star prize. And y'all, last night I actually ordered Gucci sunglasses for my star prize because you can hold on to your points and order them at any time. So you can even save your points. They're so fun. Or you can get gift cards. And so congratulations to all of these women who already have over 1,000 wholesale in. Amelia, Chloe, Kathy, myself, and Sally, and Paula with over 800 wholesale in, and Irina and Lori with already 600 wholesale in, and several of you who have already ordered. So it's such an exciting time to be in Mary Kay. And of course, you get those little dazzly earrings when you do your 600, which is just so, so exciting. So we're going to dive right on into training. And Allie, I was going to have you share on Star, and I think that we've actually already covered that, unless you had anything fun that you wanted to add
No
about
worries. I figured that she was killing it in the announcements of the star. I was just gonna say, guys, I was once a star, and I can't wait to be a star again because it's really fun. You get cool free prizes, so I'm excited for that, and it's worth it. So I'm excited, and I'm excited for this training. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And it's so true. It's just so stinking fun to be a star. And so you guys, with our programs that we have going on for us as a team, I'm going to just share this just in case you're new or just in case you're like, ooh, forgot about that. Let me get on top of that. So how many of you guys, you're enjoying the 29 Days of Love Challenge? Anyone, you've been listening, you've been enjoying this? Yes, Linda, I love that. I love seeing your hands. And it was just, it was honestly so humbling getting to be one of the women that was selected for this. So my training was today. So it's probably things that you've learned, or maybe you heard something new. But with your 29 days challenge, you guys, you need to turn in all 29. When you turn in your numbers by March 5th, you'll be able to turn in that Dropbox sheet that I put on our Voxer. And on the Dropbox sheet, you can print that out and you just write out like 1 to 2 sentences of your takeaways. And it's not too late to do this. We still have 10 days left. They're 9-minute trainings. They only gave us 9 minutes. And so if you drive 15 minutes to and from work, you can still do the 29 days. Just listen for 15 minutes on the way to work and 15 minutes on the way back home. And if you did that for 10 days, you would be done with this. And so when you complete all 29, you're going to get this gorgeous necklace from me. And then when you add 3 qualified team members in February, you're going to get your necklace plus this bougie little pink Stanley, which is so fun. So definitely be a part of this. Literally, it was like 29 top directors that are really great recruiters and top nationals that were selected for this. And so it's a training that's very rich. And then the Power Program this month, this is something that you'll want to track. If you originally said, oh my gosh, I want to do P4, I want to do 20 faces, or I want to do P6, I want to do 30 faces. We're going to talk a little bit about tonight of where you're going to finish in February. And I want you to know that you can conquer this Power Program this month. So just screenshot this. If you're like, ooh, I forgot about that, screenshot this and find your place to win in the Power Program. This is designed for you and it will support you in such a big and such a massive way. So it's just so exciting. It's so exciting. So are y'all ready for training? Raise your hand if you're like, I'm ready to be fed. Let's feed the beast, baby. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. I'm so excited about this training. Like, it literally makes me giddy because this is all about courage and finishing February strong. And it takes courage to be the person you need to be. Wouldn't you agree? It takes courage to be the person we need to be. And whether it's earning your red jacket, whether it's achieving the power program or completing your first 30 faces, it does take courage. And so I to encourage you that when we are doing the thing, when we're leading by example, when you're showing up, when you're seeing faces, it gives us hope and it gives us passion instead of buying into someone else's excuse and distraction. I'm going to say that again. When you're leading by example, you're leading yourself by example. It gives you hope and it gives you passion instead of buying into someone else's excuse and distraction. Have you ever been a newlywed? Okay. Everybody a newlywed, right? Have you ever been a newlywed and it's new and you're showing up and you're cooking and you're doing the things and you're doing the laundry and you feel put together and you're like a new bride. And then you have a conversation with someone who's been married for 20 years, and it's a different conversation, isn't it? There's like depth there. There's like a lot of depth there. There's been like experience and wisdom and growth in that. Okay, so here's where I'm going with this. You can lead by example no matter whether you're a newlywed in Mary Kay and you're doing the new things, you're cooking, you're doing the cleaning, seeing the new faces, it's new. It's like a new relationship. It's new, it's fun, it's exciting. Or whether you're like knee deep in this, you've been here, you know what it's about. Either way, when you're doing the things, when you're loving your spouse, when you're nurturing that relationship, when you're checking in on them, when you're prioritizing date night, when you're cooking the meals, when you're showing when you're praying over them, when you're nurturing your children together, isn't it so much more like, oh, I've got hope, I've got passion in this marriage? Or anybody, it doesn't even have to be like a relationship with a spouse. If you've had a friendship like that or a relationship with a parent or a loved one, you know that when you're in that zone with your spouse, and anyone who's married, you know what I'm talking about. You're like there for the marriage. You're like in it to win it. You're like through thick and thin, baby. Let's go. And you've been married and you've been in it. I want to encourage you that that is where passion is instead of giving into someone else's excuse and distraction where you're not nurturing the marriage and then all of a sudden like everybody's marriage is awful and off. Okay. So I'm just using marriage as an example because as women, it's something we all understand. I want you to view your Mary Kay business as being something to nurture and something to love and something to like put passion inside of. And it's like a relationship with the Lord, right? You have to devote your time for yourself to be like drawn near to God. Same thing with this. You have to put time in and nurture it in order for healthy things to grow. And you are your own ceiling. You're your own ceiling. And we always tell ourselves a story, don't we? And you're your own ceiling. And your reticular activating system, which is, if you've heard of that, it's a part of your brain. It always is telling yourself a story. And from the moment you wake up to the second you go to bed, most of our thoughts that we have are the same thoughts that are going over and over and over from the day before. So you can rewire your thoughts by doing a few different things. You can use positive affirmations, you can use visualization and goal setting to activate your reticular activating system's powerful filter. So I want to share with you guys, I have a checklist in my quiet time every morning. And one of the things that I do, and I want to encourage every one of you to do this, even if you just started Mary Kay last weekend, I want you to find a song that aligns with your vision for your goals. Maybe you want to take your kids to Disney with Mary Kay. And so you're going to choose a song that's like a Disney song. For us, for our Sparkle National area, our song is Shining Star. You're a shining star no matter who you are. So what I do every morning, and I want to just share this because I think this can be powerful for those of you who have a dream. You know what? Your calling is going to still be calling you, even if you avoid your calling, because it's your calling. And so many of you, you're here for a reason. God has you here like for a very specific reason and a very specific calling in this. So I want you to find a song. And what I do every morning, as soon as I get my coffee early, the house is quiet, everything's black, it's dark. I play that Shining Star song, and I want you guys to know that every single morning I envision all 20 sales directors coming across that stage with that song. And I imagine baby James, and I imagine him. I can tell you, like, every day I imagine this. I imagine him in his little bow tie, and I imagine everything. I imagine the stage. I imagine your smiles. I imagine poise. I imagine the confidence. Every morning, that is how I start out my quiet time. And then I say an affirmation of who I'm choosing to become. Because you guys, when you're achieving something big, whether it's $300 a week for your family or whether you want to become a sales director with this, you have to rewire your brain that you are capable of becoming that type of a leader. And you will believe the story that you tell yourself. And you truly do determine your own story. And it may sound unfair, but it doesn't matter. It's still your responsibility to create your own story. And no one but you is responsible for your life. And so, are you showing up as a victor or as a victim? You're choosing one or the other. You're choosing one or the other. And so, where do you need to increase your level of responsibility in your life? Ask yourself that. Where do I need to increase my level of responsibility in my life? And looking at the past in your business, ask yourself, where did I fail? Looking back, where did I fail? Where could I go right next time? And where does my thinking need to change? Because you guys, there is no ceiling. The only ceiling that you're creating is in your own mind. There is absolutely no ceiling, which is why we see women achieving crazy things in this business because they've capped off the ceiling in their mind. I think of it like when I'm at the gym, I love Carter because he's such a direct man. Carter's my husband for anybody who's new here. And I told him, I was like, babe, like it took me 90 days. And you create a new cycle every 90 days. Anybody who knows me well knows I love to lift heavy in the gym. Like people look at me like that little blonde's lifting that. I'm like, oh yeah. Like I love to lift heavy. I love to track. And I told him, I was like, Carter, it took me 90 days in February to lift the same weight I was lifting in November because with the holidays, I like totally was like off. And he's like, no, it didn't. That was all mental. You just told yourself that. You totally could have lifted that in December. I'm like, you think so? He's like, oh my gosh, yeah, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went and tried it and I was like, he's dang right. I'm creating my own ceiling. How many times do we do that on ourselves? Oh, I can only sell 300 a week in Mary Kay. Oh, I can only recruit 1 out of 50. Oh, I'm only a red jacket. Oh, I'm only a senior consultant. Oh, I could never be a star. Oh, Amelia earned her car. I could never do that. You're putting a ceiling on your own thinking. And limiting beliefs are external. And every ceiling that someone else places on you is a false ceiling. And I want you to remember that too. And what you're told from others. Sometimes it's their ceiling and they're putting a limit on what you can achieve because of their limited mindset. So I want to encourage you to take the cap off of your thinking and say, God, I need you to do abundantly more in me in my Mary Kay business. I need you to stir something in me. I need you to show me how because I know there's more deep in here, right? God, show me how. I pray that all the time, guys. I'm like, Lord, show me how. Show me how. You know my life. You know who I know. You know who I'm coming in contact with today. You know my limited time because I've got a toddler. God, show me how. Like these are real prayers. And you guys, we can spend our lives blaming others for how it is, or we can take responsibility for how our life is and address it so we can move past it. You probably have someone in your mind. You're like, oh, she's always blaming everyone. I know exactly someone like that. Let's not be like that, right? Let's take responsibility for our Mary Kay business and for our lives. And when you can change your thinking, you can change your life. And that is something I know for a fact. One face at a time, one career chat at a time, one new red jacket on your team at a time, and faster and faster and faster. And I recently read an Instagram caption that said, you don't need to be doing more, you need to be doing less. And I thought to myself, how true is that? We need to be doing less scrolling, less. You know you're less comparing, less distraction, right? And more of the things that will lead your life in the way that you want it to go. And leading yourself with passion that's fueled by courage and it's fueled by responsibility. And so let's talk about a little bit of what does that look like today, like literally. So when you know who you are, you do not necessarily need words of affirmation from others. I want you to think about that. When you know who you are, you don't necessarily need words of affirmation from others. And personally, I like words of affirmation. It's my love language, or words and gifts. Anyone else? The five languages? Any other word babes out there? You're like, oh yes, words. I see. Yep, I see hands. And you're like, words are my thing. So I love words of affirmation. But you guys, sometimes you will hear words of affirmation from others that you don't need words of affirmation from, because they're affirming you in what they want for you, for them, instead of what God's calling you to do. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been there? I see hands. They're affirming you for what they want you to be for them deep down, instead of what God is calling you to do. And I think we live in a world where we're always affirmed, right? We're always affirmed. It's like social media is about being affirmed. Like in our jobs, we need affirmation. In Mary Kay, we need affirmation. And I'm a fan of affirmation. And your affirmations need to be in alignment with you. There are certain mentors I love when they affirm me, because I'm like, they understand the vision of where this team is going. They know your hearts. They know it, right? Yes, they use their own love language towards others. Yes, it's so true, Linda. And so you guys, with this, if they align with you, great. But if they don't, that's okay. That's not for you. And so as you're pursuing things in your Mary Kay business, you may hear affirmations like, that's awesome, and you're killing it at this vocation and being a mom. And you might not hear the affirmation towards Mary Kay, but you know God's calling you towards something bigger and better in this. You know what I'm saying? Or like for me, I had to make a personal decision when I had James and say, I'm capping myself out at 20 hours of work of babysitting time. I'm just being real, y'all. And I was like, if God is going to use our area, and if he's going to use me as a leader, he's going to have to do it on 20 hours of babysitting help, because that is a boundary for me, because being a mother is extremely important to my soul. And so some mentors affirmed that, some didn't. I said, God, you have the calling, you have the people, you see the heart, so you're going to make it happen, right? But at the same time, I'm willing to back up the work ethic with it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so sometimes you need less affirmation from the world when you're working in your strengths. So I want to ask you, what are your strengths? What are you really good at? You guys know I love talking about this, your strengths, because each of you are so gifted in different, unique, special things. And when you're living privately, I want you to just really hold on this. When you're living privately, you guys, in the balcony of what God has called you to in your business, it will show up in your commission check, in your recognition, in the Applause magazine, right? Oh my goodness. I think of Joyce Perry, my Pink Cadillac Offspring sales director. She's a beautiful example of this. She works full time. She has 2 children. She serves her family. She's been married for 30 years. And yet she shows up on the scoreboard. She is #1 in sharing in the Dunn national area right now. Her commission check in December was like $11,000, and she took off really 2 weeks to finish and her Cadillac and to be with her family. And I'm like, wow, she lives in the balcony version of herself. And she doesn't brag about it, but she doesn't have to, because the scoreboard brags for her. You see what I'm saying? And Amelia, she didn't need for me to affirm her tonight. She didn't need for me to ask 3 of you to share an affirmation. Amelia's very confident. And I can promise you, though, that when she picked up her starter kit almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, for the first time, she would probably agree she probably needed more applause and more affirmation in that season, because she was building her confidence. Do you see what I'm saying? And so you might be in a place where you do need that affirmation, you do need that confidence, you do need your mentor, you do need myself or your recruiter to affirm you to build that confidence. But what I'm getting at here is it's like a muscle. As you build your confidence, you are going to be so confident in the calling that the Lord has placed for you in this, that you're going to be like, I've got this. I've got this. And so anyways, I just wanted to touch on that. So the next thing, you guys, is as you advance in this, you may find too your circle may get smaller, because you're either living in the fullness of God's calling or you're not. So let's wrap this whole thing up in a bow. This is the overall thing I want to come to you for, is how clearly defined are your February goals, and how can you take on the word responsibility? How clearly defined are you on your February goals, and how can you take on the word responsibility? And so here's some questions to ask yourself. do wrap up these last 10 days of February. What a gift that there's 29 days, we get an extra day. What a blessing. Like seriously, 24 hours in Mary Kay is like a month in corporate America because we plant so many seeds, don't we? It's just so beautiful. And so how many new recruits is a clearly defined victory for you by the end of February? How many new recruits? And I want to encourage you that a made up mind diminishes your fear. I remember going for DIQ when I was 19 and I needed like 8 recruits and we had 48 hours and I had planted so many seeds that you best believe it got done, but it got done because I came with clarity because I had made up my mind. And if I hadn't made up my mind, I would have delayed it. How many of you guys, if and you don't have to show hands, but think about this. How many of you meant to be in your red jacket like 6 months ago? You like meant to be there. Anyone? You're like, yes, I like meant to be there. It's been a minute. Okay. Couldn't we all agree that you're not just going to magically get in red? It's not just going to happen for you. So if red is something that you are excited about, I want to challenge you to have a clear deadline of February 29th to get that baby done, to get that done. You know people, you've got people on your team that probably could activate. How could you get in red? And let's not belabor it, right? I remember earning my first pink Cadillac. I mean, it took intentionality. I was like 19 and then 20. It took like boldness. It took like, this is what I'm doing. I'm excited at my facial, sharing passionately. What could you do that with in your own business? Another question to ask yourself is, what is my clearly defined victory of my personal sales by the end of February? So what is my clearly defined personal recruiting? What is my personal sales going to be? And if you're moving up in leadership, if you have team members, how many new red jackets are you going to have on your team? Did you know that if you have 5 recruits and if you have 1 red jacket, you are considered an elite team leader and you make 2nd tier commission? Did you know that? So if you're building to red, all you got to do is get to 5 and help one of your 5 get her 3, and you make 2nd tier commission. Another question to ask yourself is what will your overall personal team size be? What will your unit size be? If your goal is leadership and becoming a sales director, what will your unit size be by the end of this month? And so I just want to remind you that it's your responsibility and it's up to you, isn't it? It's just so fun. It's just so stinking fun. And so, how can you be bold about this these next 10 days? How can you be bold, not only in your words, but also in your action? And when I think about really successful women, follow-up is like the thing to do, isn't it? And so with your follow-up, you guys, it doesn't necessarily matter what the answer is, if it's yes, if it's no, if it's not right now. It is a matter of, did I turn every stone? Did I turn every stone? Did I turn every stone? And if somebody says, honey, not right now, I'm not ready right now, this is what I tell them. I'm gonna say, okay, you have to promise me something, okay? Now we're gonna stay in touch. But if we did ever lose touch, you have to promise me that you're gonna remember me when this comes back into your heart, because I'm confident that it will. Because girl, I am doing big things and I'm going big places. I want to bring you with me. Will you promise me that you will keep this in mind? You'll remember me and we are gonna stay in touch. Yo, that's how I talk to people. I'm like, girl, me and my team, we're going to the top. We're there and we're going to stay there because that's what we're going to do. And I just tell people that. I'm like, I want to invite you into this vision because I want to help you win. I want to help you win. And so you guys, who can you help win? Whether it's winning their skincare of feeling beautiful, giving them makeovers, or whether it's winning them onto your team, who can you help to win? It's all about helping them win, isn't it? And when you can, I said this last week, when you can change a woman's life, you have changed her family's life, her inner circle's life, her in-laws' life. You have, because of your high energy and your positivity. And you guys, I think even as Mary Kay girls, I think even when we are performing at 90% capacity in our positivity, we are like 110% more positive than the rest of the world. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, our positivity and our culture is out of this world. And people are like, are you really like this? Like at the gym, they're like, oh my gosh, are you really like this? Like all the time? And I'm like, yes. Or I won't be there. They'll be like, I was gone for leadership. They're like, the leader or the energy was different in here. I'm like, of course it was. I wasn't in here. Right? Do you like that by giving energy to others? You know, I think leaders, we walk into a room, don't we? And we say, how can I serve you? Don't we? We say, how can I serve you? Whereas followers walk into a room and they're like, who's going to look at me? It's all about me, right? But we're leaders. Remember when I said that last week? I want you to remember you're a leader. And so it's all about what can you give to the room? What can you give to the room? And so going into March, I do want you guys to think about this as you're booking up. I want to talk to you about your career chats and what that will align with. If your goal is to go on target for your Mary Kay car, it's going to be 40 career chats. If you want to go on target car, if 1 in 5 sign and you need 8 people, that's going to be 40 career chats. If you want to earn red, I would say 30 career chats to be safe. Let's just say 1 in 10, right? I'd rather play it safe than sorry. So 30 career chats. If you're like, I just want to move into senior, I just want 1 team member and I would be so happy with that. That's going to be 10 career chats, and then 20 career chats is a super senior. And so you get to figure out how you want to do that, which is what I love about this. You could do 25 faces in one day. You could have a power day. You could do, several double facials. You could focus on our $500 cash giveaway drawing this week of every person who's bought from you since Pink Friday. Send them that survey to get the business back out. You can invite them to Double Dare. You could book them with me for a Pearl chat. You just have to count the numbers. You just have to count the numbers in this business. And so, the purpose as you're booking too, this is something really rejuvenating to think about. The purpose of your parties are to sell the product and to find your connectors and find your multipliers to be a part of your organization. It's those 2 things. It's literally nothing more. It's nothing less. Sell the product and find your connectors and find your multipliers. And you know what I'm talking about. It's those hostesses that bring you in front of like 10 people without you even having to say much. It's those new recruits that just easily influence. They just know everybody. Like Lisa. Lisa's like, oh yeah, I already made my list of all my people. And I already talked to my sister about the business when we were on our walk. And I went to bed last night and I was like, Lord Jesus, thank you for Lisa. We pray for people like Lisa. Lisa's a leader. Lisa's like, I already done told my 12 cousins about Mary Kay. Like for real, think about it. Like Lisa is a gem. Y'all, we're looking for the Lisas who are cleaning our teeth, right? We love Lisa already. We already know she's going to be at the top. It's just who she be, right? And so that's the point of your parties. Sell the product and find your connectors. And y'all, if you're doing one without the other, you're missing the full circle business. Make 50% on your sales. Tell them about the business with a 4-point recruiting plan and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I was boxing Allie today and I was telling her about how beautiful it is when you have built a team, how you can mentor women. And you guys, it's so freeing. It's so fun. I genuinely wake up and I pray over your names. I literally have your names and I write them out. Literally, I do. I really, really do. And I sit there and pray. I'm like, Lord, whatever she needs. I told Shannon this. We were at Panera. Y'all, this is crazy. And I'm gonna wrap this up. I swear. I was sitting with Shannon at Panera last Thursday. And I was like, Shannon, I was like, I don't know what it was, but I was sitting there in my quiet time and the Lord had your name. I was praying over our DIQs and I was like, and the Lord told me that you're there. Like, I just need you to know, like, this is the clarity I got. And me and Shannon, I don't think she'd mind me sharing, we just both sat there and got emotional. And Shannon had like an amazing breakthrough and was like, wow. And then you guys, I want you to know, like, you are so prayed over and you are so cared for. And like your dreams, they like really, really matter to me. They really, really matter to me. Okay. So let's tie this up with a big bow. Oh, so much more. There's so much more. Okay, these are 2 things I want to share. We are going to close out. I want to talk to you really briefly as you go into this week about your false self and your true self. Okay, false self is fearful, competitive, easily offended, aggressive, accusatory, addicted to affirmation, avoids direct communication, creates gossip. Okay, that's false self. True self is perfect peace, confidence, fully connected, generous, forgives quickly, nothing to prove, pursues honest relationships is your true self. And I would love to, if you guys would like to order the book, and it's by Jamie Winship. It is so life-changing. I will share a screenshot of it. And it is all about just living in your full identity. And it's called Living Fearless. And it's by Jamie Winship. And it's all about who you are. And everyone on here, we all have different vocations, don't we? We all have different jobs. We're all moms, wives, different things. And it is all about how you can still be your full identity in multiple vocations. It's not like, is Mary Kay for you or is Mary Kay not for you? No, no, no. It's like, I am living in my full identity at my 9 to 5, in my Mary Kay business, with my spouse, as a mother, like as a cousin, as a daughter, as a sister-in-law, like living in your full identity. And so if you're struggling with identity and you're like, God, I don't even know what you have for me, my mind is a little like blown right now. Like, God, I'm feeling that you have something more, something deeper. I don't know what it is. I don't even know who I am right now. Like, what do you have for me? I would really recommend getting Living Fearless by Jamie Winship. It is life-changing. It is life-changing. And when you've heard God's voice and when it aligns with scripture, that is a result of transformation. And it's just huge. So what I want to close out with is this. Here's what to do when we hop off of here, right? Okay, the first thing is figuring out, what is my goal? What is my win by February 29th? What is my non-negotiable? This is what I'm doing in terms of team building and in terms of your sales. In terms of your team building and in terms of your sales, what is your non-negotiable? This is completely and totally, this is what I am doing. And I just want for you to think about just being a victor over a victim this week. If you don't remember anything else, it's what's my sales goal? What's my team building goal? Victor over victim. So tomorrow morning, when all those things are going on your brain just wants to like go back in that victim mentality. We all have that. Just say, nope, I'm a victor right now. Nope, I'm a victor right now. Nope, I'm a victor right now. And just reframe that. And the last thing I want to share with you is I want to challenge you to either send a voice memo or to call or to text 5 of your very, very best customers. If you have a team members, if you have prospects. And I want to challenge you just to affirm them, to give them a 1-minute affirmation. Has nothing to do with Mary Kay, but just to affirm that person. I want to challenge you to do that, whether they're on your team, whether they're your prospect, just to affirm who they are. It'll be good for you. It's going to give you that good energy to go into this week, and God is going to bring people to you. So I know we have marketing in 1 minute, and so I love you guys, and so grateful you guys were here. I pray that something that was said tonight spoke to your being, and would love to hear your sales goal and your team building goal when you put a big bow on that tonight. So thank you guys for being here, and we'll transition now into marketing. So love you guys big.
Thank you, Megan.
Bye, guys.
How do I get it?
Hey,
Okay.
Megan, what is the marketing happening after this?
This is where ladies will ask like 3 to 5 questions about our business, and you've got to have a guest to be on the marketing, but that's what it
Okay,
is.
no worries. You
look beautiful, girl.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank
I'll
you.
be there next week. Bye.
Yes.
With your guest. Bye.
Yeah.
And Amelia, I know you're gonna lead this, and Christina's here. She's our first guest.
Okay, fabulous.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can tag team. I'll try my best.
You've got this. Cammy, do you have a girly hopping on?
I do. I'll text her right now because she said she was coming. So
Okay, good. No, that's perfect. Hey, Christina.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, girl. I'm great. How are you? It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Oh my gosh. Well, what we'll do, Christina, we're waiting for a few other guests to hop on. So we'll have all of our consultants introduce them to you, and that way no one's a stranger to anyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
Amelia, Cammy, and Charity, do y'all want to introduce yourselves to Christina?
Sure, I'd love to. Hey, Christina, great to meet you. I'm Amelia, and I live in Connecticut, and I have been doing Mary Kay full time since just July, and I am an aunt to 5 beautiful nieces and nephews. Love them. And yeah, I'm super excited that you're here, and yeah, great to meet you. That's me.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes.
hi, I'm Cammy. I live in Virginia, so quite a bit far away. But yes, yeah, that's me. I just started in about a month ago now. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it,
Wow.
and it's been really fun. Yeah. So I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
I love that. And Charity, I don't know if you can share. You might be with your babies, girl.
Yeah, I'm actually super sick right now, but you can hear it in my voice.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
I
Yep.
probably won't be able to talk much. I started it a few months ago, and I live out in San Diego County, so even farther away. Um, and my brain totally got lost. I don't know what else I was saying.
Girl, you are fine. We're so happy that you're here.
Yeah, thank you for being here,
Thanks.
Charity. Feel better.
Yes.
Christina, how this will work, girl, is this is so fun. So Amelia is about to become a sales director, which is doing what I do. So this is gonna help her.
Wow.
She's gonna answer the questions that you have, and then this is being recorded. And so if you're okay with it, for like future consultants who need to learn this skill, they'll be able to watch this. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Amelia, take it away, girl.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, how this will work, you'll just ask any questions of anything you'd want to know about the business side of Mary Kay or just anything you'd be curious about, honestly. Yeah, and it'll help everyone train, and I can't wait to hear your questions. So, what's your first question, girl?
So I always want to know the heart behind why people do what they do. And so how did you get started with Mary Kay, or why are you in this business?
That's a great question. I love that. So how I got started with Mary Kay, I actually had super bad like acne, and that's how I found
Wow.
out what Mary Kay was. And I didn't know anything about it or like anything about skincare, but I just fell in love with this culture in the community of loving women
Mhm.
really above anything else because I was super anxious and insecure. And in doing this, I was able to find confidence in myself. And now I'm able to pour that back out into other women.
I
Um,
love that.
so it's really just empowering for that reason amidst all of the other reasons. But that's how I kind of found Mary Kay. And now I'm excited to be becoming a sales director like Megan. So yeah, that's a great question.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. And I just always love hearing why people do what they do and their passions behind it. And I feel like yours was like on purpose but accidental. Like I just want skincare. But then it
Yeah.
ended up turning into something bigger and so much better. I love that.
Yeah.
I would say my second question is, people may be, shy with doing this, and I know Megan, we've had a conversation. So, I would say it's a sisterhood, but also a business. How would you help those women build self confidence and know that they can do this? It's not something that, oh, I see these people doing this and that, but it took time. And so, how would you build self confidence for someone just starting out?
That's a really great question. And I can relate to this because I had no confidence when I started out for sure. I literally couldn't even order my food at a restaurant. Like I was that scared of talking to people. But I think how I would encourage someone else, or we would, I mean, to a girl starting out in this, just like finding out like what kind of lies she's telling herself to start with, of like what that disbelief, where that's coming from, because obviously like you can do anything you put your mind to, right? We say like if the business is perfect and like we know God made you and like you're amazing, then the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. And then just like replacing that like with the truth and like affirming her and giving her the tools that she needs to feel like equipped, and empowering her to do that. So that's what I would say. Yeah, great
I
question.
love that. I'm so glad you integrated faith, because I am a believer of Jesus, and so that's actually going to be my next question: is how does Mary Kay? How does Mary Kay infuse? I believe that's what they stand for in their mission. How do they infuse their faith, in their business? Whether that's in sales, whether that is in, I don't know, whatever else businesses do, whether clients. How important is faith, for Mary Kay?
Yeah, that's a good question because of I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but our motto, yeah, is God first, family second, career third. So
Hmm.
just that like being our motto, I think that it's really just at the forefront of like everything we do, like when we share about the business or like we're doing sales, like we're always just making sure we're putting, her faith, of course, obviously in God, but like her family above before like I'm selling you a mascara. Like I want to make sure like I know who you are and like your
I love
family and
that.
like this aligns with her family, and like her what she believes in. But yeah, that's what I would say. And like how we implement it is just like in our training and like connection with each other, which is all we do is like connect with women.
Love
Um,
that.
so just in all of that, I think it's at the forefront, is
Yeah.
like we're not ashamed that we're Christian girls, most of us. Obviously not
Yeah.
all of us, but yeah, we just are kind of like, yeah, this is how it is. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Hopefully that answered your question.
It did. It did. Thank you so much for that. And then my last question is, how does Mary Kay give back to the community? Whether that's in any aspect that they do, whether that's, they help, they give free makeup tutorials or they give back to, like, let's say, I don't know, low income areas. How does Mary Kay give back to the community?
That's a good question. So, I don't know if you've heard of this. We have something called like the Mary Kay Ash Foundation.
Oh, I
And
haven't.
yeah, it's like our foundation that Mary Kay Ash started. And um, I think the proceeds they go back to women in domestic violence and then
Mm.
breast cancer and like cancer research. So I know we have that foundation that like has had like I think it's like millions donated to it. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So we're all very big on that. And like every year for our consultants, they do like a Go Give Awards, like whoever like
Mm.
gave the most to the foundation. Um,
Wow.
she gets like celebrated. But for the community, like individual communities, I think it's up to the consultants like in the
Okay.
community. Um,
Okay.
we do things like adopt a grandparent or like something like
Oh.
that where you like give to nursing homes like lotions or
Mm.
like hospital patients. So I'd say for individual communities, it's up to them, but for the Mary Kay themselves, that foundation is what they do to give back. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I love your questions. They're all so focused around like people's hearts. I love that,
Yeah. Thank
Christina.
you. Yeah,
Of
I mean, I
course.
believe anything that we do, it should be, centered on people, especially we're believers. That's, that is the mission.
Right.
And so, yeah, so I always want to make sure, obviously, love God and then, our family, but then also like, how are we also pouring back into the ones that, are also buying our products as well. So,
Yeah. I love that. Oh my goodness. Well, you
yeah.
have great questions, girl. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for hopping on tonight. Do you have any other
Yeah.
questions?
Um, I mean, it's probably more, along the lines of what I just shared, but
Yeah.
I mean, not that I can, think of any.
Okay.
So,
Awesome. Well, I loved your questions. Are you Megan's guest?
thank you. Yes,
Oh, okay.
I am.
That's
Yes.
that's awesome. I love that. Do you want me to ask the last question, Meg, or do you want to?
Yeah, Christina, we have one last like closing question, if you will. Amelia's gonna practice it because she's she's in
Yeah.
training to do this.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. So our last question, and you can answer like yes or maybe just for your coupons. If you knew it was only $35 and that you couldn't fail, would you ever consider doing Mary Kay on the side for extra money?
It depends on what season I'm life in. I've learned not to overcommit myself. Um, so I would just say it just depends on everything that I have going on, and that's truly my honest answer. And so I'd have to process and pray about it and see like if this is the direction that God is truly leading me in.
Mm.
Because want to make sure that, it's direct from him, because if he says no, it's a no. And if he says go ahead, it's a go ahead. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
And Christina, I'm sorry, Amelia. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You go.
no, you're good. I was just gonna say that like, I totally agree with that. Like, like
Mhm.
if it's a yay, it's a yay. If it's a nay, it's a nay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think prayer is awesome. What were you gonna say, Megan?
Oh, I was just gonna affirm you, Christina, with the books that you write and just all that you do. I mean, you're impacting the kingdom of God in such a big way. And so thank you for your questions. And if this does ever feel like a yes, you know that I'll be here and Hannah will be here and we'd love to have you.
Oh, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being our guest. Sorry it was just you. I don't know what happened to our other girlies. Life probably just happened. So your questions were like beyond helpful, Christina. So thank you
Oh,
so much for your
good.
time tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm honored. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
well, it was awesome. And then Cami and Amelia and Charity will connect with your girlies for
Yeah.
sure. So, well, y'all have an amazing night. We'll call tonight. I want to honor everybody's time. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Christina. Great to meet you, girl.
Great to meet you. Bye,
bye
ladies.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Megan. Thank you.